Her laugh and her passion for learning. These are just a few things Lee Peterson loved about his wife, Lynn.
She, just was one of those people that didn't know a stranger.
But Lynn was no stranger to suffering. She battled with endometrial cancer for nearly 8 years. Her struggle ended in this room at the couple's Falls Church, Virginia home. 3 days later, Lynn's body was still here, resting as part of the home funeral Peterson held for her.
I was able to have time with the body, really, just having it sink in. It was really somewhat comforting, when it was just me and, Lynn's body.
Peterson is one of a small group of Americans taking after-death care out of funeral homes and into their own homes. Instead of enlisting the assistance of a funeral director, he cared for his departed wife with the help of friends and family, washing and dressing her body and holding a small service for her, all inside the home. He says it's all about having a choice.
This isn't necessarily the way I did it, would be the way other people would want to do it. But I think it's more of a reassurance of, we're all going to go through this, and I think it's an honoring of that process.
In 45 states, it's legal to honor that process at home. And in the other 5 states, Connecticut, Louisiana, Indiana, Nebraska, and New York,
it's still possible just with the support of a compassionate, understanding funeral director.
Elizabeth Knox is the founder of a Maryland-based educational nonprofit called Crossings, caring for our own at death. She started the organization more than 10 years ago after she provided a home funeral to her 7-year-old daughter Allison, who died in a car accident. Since then, she's helped hundreds of people, including Lee Peterson, provide after-death care to their loved ones.
Because we've handed it over to a profession and to strangers, we're no longer involved.
We called 25 funeral homes in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Reaction from morticians was mixed. Some say they've never heard of home funerals. Others say they'd support a family who wanted one. A few are against the practice.
I'm more opposed to it because there's a lot that can go wrong.
Ronald Taylor is a funeral director here at his family's funeral home in Washington, D.C. He says his educational background makes him uniquely qualified to care for the dead the way a family member can't.
They teach us all about how we should take care of the bodies, how the bodies should be taken care of.
The true funeral director who is serving the family will be the one who says to the family, and by the way, you can also do this yourself and you don't have to hire me.
Keeping funeral care in the home can also keep costs down. The price of an average funeral is about $6,500, according to the National Funeral Directors Association. A home funeral is a fraction of that price.
It's basically a few $100s versus a few $1,000s.
Home funeral advocates attribute the movement's growth to baby boomers looking for alternatives to conventional funerals. Lee Peterson feels his wife's funeral resurrected a sense of togetherness in his community.
You just don't see that in the neighborhood enough, like we would have seen it, decades ago. And I think people really miss that.
For UPI.com, I'm Melissa Hinkle.